ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 2 of this Best of 3 series in the semi-finals to find out who will go against the last year's champions, Strength in Numbers, in the grand final Best of 5 of the League of Legends division here. My name is ColdBlood, and joining me is the incredibly handsome brains behind GameStar at Respawn. It is SuperRoach. How are you?
I'm very good, mate. Thanks for that. It's very flattering to hear that. And Strength in Numbers, they've been doing very well with this match. They've basically powered through, been watching the previous games there. And I think that's where you had your overload just before.
Yeah. I'd prefer not to talk about that.
I think that's my favourite call of the day. So it's great to be casting with ColdBlood today in this match. So
hopefully we can keep the F-bombs where they belong.
Yeah. So tell me about this match. Like they're picking at the moment. I'm in a bit of a noob school at the moment, so get me up to speed.
That's okay. So for the previous viewers, we have OutKast, who are currently 0-1 in the best of 3. They are on the left. They have banned out Cannon, Blitz, and Thresh. The Blitz, I am not surprised to see banned at all. He was used in the previous game to great effect. We can see Royal Genesis have decided to ban Narcissus, Cassidon, and Vayne. So I guess they really just don't like Narcissus, and they're taking Assassins out, Rochi.
Oh, that's very cool. I'm just checking out all the attributes of the other players there. It's like you've
that's the summoner spells. Yep.
Yeah. You've got your other ones there.
So we'll talk about the summoners when the players get in, just so they don't know what the other side is running. So J4 is the first lock-in for OutKast, a very strong jungler. Hopefully, and I guess a good mid and top lane as well. We'll have to see where he decides to go. Royal Genesis have countered with the very aggressive Corki Leona lane. A lot of jump in, will burn your face off damage between those two. And the Plague Rat is going to be going against them in the Twitch.
Very nice. I'm just looking at the character here, Bubble Teasy and Nex. That's a very cool name.
Yeah, he was... what was he playing? I believe he was the jungler. So he played a Mumu in the last game.
Yeah. Who
was the little sad mummy. He's now deliberating on taking the lesbian Vi, who had a very strong showing today. Every game she's been in has been dominant. She's able to jump on top of an enemy she chooses and just slam them into the ground. She even gets to say get dunked sometimes. And I wonder what else they're going to decide to go with.
Oh, excellent. So, Strength in Numbers, they've been powering through. Have you noticed any distinctive strats that they're doing that's allowing them to power through the leagues like they have been so far? Because it's very impressive to see them just, adapt to the other players' strats so well.
From talking to the players themselves, I've gathered that their strategy is to get the jungle to hump mid, who has the highest rated player on their team, and then he goes and snowballs the other lanes.
Yep.
So I think whoever wins this match, this series, will be going against them. They need protection in the mid. They need to not feed the enemy mid player. So at the moment, Royal G on the right-hand side, they are the favourites to win this series. And their mid laner and jungle were quite good in the last game. They need to have that synergy to survive, as we see Orianna and Sona locked in. Now, there is a strong synergy between Orianna and J4, with Orianna dropping the ball onto J4 and getting a massive shockwave. So OutKast have such a strong...
more of an offensive...
Yeah. They're kind of jumping in, pulling everyone together, forcing them to dance, and then Twitch is spraying and praying and hoping he kills everyone. That's basically the best way to describe it. So how's your day been today?
That's all, folks. It's been fantastic here. There is so much stuff to do here at Respawn. From the admins to the volunteers, everyone's got a unique story to tell and lots of cool stuff to show off. I mean, we've got Gigabyte here showing off liquid nitrogen getting poured on computers to cool them down.
Oh, wow.
And then, and then on the other end, we've got like old main machines that are shaped like a little Nintendo box just in front of us playing Donkey Kong Country. So you've got like this broad range of people in the community, and it just all comes together at Respawn. Tristan was telling me before that there was 450 people here.
Oh,
this
wow.
is the second largest land that they've ever held in their 8 years of history.
Wow, fantastic. It's so good to see everyone out here. If you are in the room and you are listening, shout out to you. You're very welcome to come up and say hello to us. We love to meet you.
We don't bite.
Yeah, we don't bite much. We do drop F-bombs if we can fail to avoid it. So what was going on before, Roachy? We had to delay the game a bit so you could take photos. What was going on the stage?
Well, I only jumped into the end of it, but I think it was one of the fun tournaments. They had just finished and they were winning. The first player, I think they got $300 of esports money. Second player, 150, and the third player, he was going to get 100 ColdBlood, but he wasn't there. He was at the supermarket apparently at the time. So fourth place got it. So I'd be spewing if I was him.
That'll be the most expensive munchies he'll ever have.
Yes, indeed. So I'm looking at the top here, ColdBlood, saying that the delay remaining is 250. Is that they've picked all the players now, and what happens from this point?
So basically, the players right now are in the loading screen. It delays it by 3 minutes so that if their friend were watching, they wouldn't be able to cheat and say, oh, this is happening, and such. Delayed by 3 minutes here. That gives us a chance to talk about the team comps. We can see the last lock-in by Royal Genesis was the Fizz. That did incredibly well last game. It will be going against Floating Toxins on Oriana rather than Lux, and this comp for OutKast is looking a lot better early on. In the last game they were suffering early game, and it really set them back to end up losing.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Uberlead. He's got a teleport thing as Flash.
Yeah, he's Flash.
That's a very interesting skill. Do the other... Oh, well...
Yeah, everyone takes it.
Who's got a, is that counter to it?
Yeah, everyone takes
It's a very popular one, Flash.
Yeah, it allows you to reposition very quickly, so you had a very high cooldown. So other summoner spells that we can make note of, Stealthy Asian once again taking the cleanse. It must be to remove the crescendo of Sona, and there's not much else. I guess it could... Yeah, it's basically just for the crescendo and for exhaust, I guess. Holy Grail this time opting to go with Ignite rather than the teleport, so he won't be nearly as mobile, but he'll do a lot better early on. He is against the Jace, so it's kind of a fancy man of the future against the AJ's favourite character, Fan Guy, who has a gigantic crescent sword.
It's funny to see him learning up in there. He's like, oh wow, this has got a shiny button and that, and you've definitely skilled him up. He's not that much of a noob anymore. He'd probably kick my butt.
He's doing very well.
Yeah. Oh, good on him. Shout outs to EJ if you're listening. If you're not, then whoa, we can drop F-bombs all we want.
We'll be watching this later and say, yeah, try it.
Yeah. We'll watch, yeah.
It's a long walk back to Canberra for me.
So, tell me, ColdBlood, we've got the heroes count on here. It's always expanding, isn't it? So what's the current number of hero champions?
I believe it's at 117 at the moment. It's unfortunately there's only about 20 or 30 who get picked regularly. There's a lot who are slated to be remade. They were earlier champions. The game originally had 40 when it came out, and has built up a lot over time. And some of the champions who were introduced were very simple, whereas the ones who come out, like one of the latest ones was, for example, what's his name, Zach. He was the goo guy in the last game. He has a lot of complicated mechanics, as opposed to someone like Scion, who just kind of looks at you and then whacks away. He can't do too much else. So we'll be moving into the skin battle here, ladies and gentlemen, for the benefit of SuperRoach. That is, when we get into the loading screen, we get to see who has brought along the awesome skins that we'll get to see in the game. Kid Fox's computer loading a lot faster than mine. And we'll have to see what they decide to bring. So this is what they were seeing 3 minutes ago.
Ah, very nice. It's always helpful for us as casters as well, because we've always got trouble where, at the LAN, we're shouting out in person. It's a lot more dangerous than, just an online kind of game. But that's the nature of, live LANs. Lot more intense.
Yeah, you can probably hear Ragnarok to my left, ladies and gentlemen. If you prefer Dota 2, you can head over to GameStar TV number 3, where he's bringing some Dota 2 action to, I believe it's a quarter-final. So Dota 2 action going to be going on for a lot longer tonight. Me and Kid Fox will be bringing you the grand final, a best of 5, but I'm very glad to be joined here by Roach. Hopefully he can learn something.
Yes, indeed. I was just going to briefly say, I was at PAX Australia ColdBlood, and Arcade Sona at the top right, best cosplay of the event. She was very good.
Yeah, and that was actually given out at PAX for free, the skin, so I wouldn't be surprised if Nanu got it from there.
Yeah, no, it was very interesting, and very large, the arcade sticks as well. So
yeah, giant cards that have the codes on them that you scratch off. So what's cool about the arcade Sona is she has an ultimate where she forces people to dance and it shoots out of the line. But on this skin, it has a Dance Dance Revolution thing. It's really cool.
Yeah.
She's forcing them to dance by playing Dance Dance Revolution. So OutKast along the top have a full array of skins. You can read what they have in front of their name. Gangster Twitch is awesome. Instead of a crossbow, he carries around a Tommy gun.
Nice. Is the Bladecraft Arena one?
Oriana, yes.
Yeah, is that a different skin? Because that's very interesting looking.
Yeah, normally she's just a robot. This is, she's more gothic with her ball. She manipulates a ball as her skill set. She's one of the more complicated champions, and it has spikes on it in this skin, which is very cool.
Yep. Just adjusting my mic as the, I think the dubstep is kicked in the background of the event, so...
So the players are about to load here. We'll be able to see what they decide to go. OutKast once again loading very slowly. Did this in the last game, so we might need to go buy him a new computer. Us generous guys here.
Yeah, well, if he wins enough tournaments, he could be good.
Yeah, he just needs to win the next... How many games now? 7? Oh, no, it'd be 5 in a row.
Yep.
It's got a bit of leeway after the next 2 wins, should they get that. So the Fancy Pants Jace coming out, Debonair Jace will be going up against the Galactic Renekton as Ragnarok exclaiming that something's being put on that he didn't want. Still waiting for OutKast to connect here. I'm looking forward to the barbecue at midnight, Roachy. How about you?
I certainly am. I missed the pizza run, unfortunately, but it's...
I was too poor.
Oh god, I just got told by Ragnarok ColdBlood that the song that in the background is What Does the Fox Say? Have you ever heard that song before?
No.
They ask what the fox says, and they answer it in the most viral, meme-ish way possible, and it'll be stuck in your head for a very, very long time.
I couldn't hear it.
On behalf of everyone here, I'd like to say sorry, ColdBlood.
It's all right. I'll never be the same again. I'll never be the same again, his rags.
Oh.
So, well, the summon...
Almost there, though.
Yeah, OutKast's getting closer. He's getting that large urge off. Hopefully we don't have to pause Roachy breaking out and dance. If you go to Twitch 1, you'll be able to see his dance moves there. Hopefully we can get some pictures of his moves there. Rag joining in with him. No, Rag's just walking off. Sorry, Roachy, you're dancing alone tonight.
Oh, well, I'm used to that.
Oh, hey, it's the girls of Australia, they don't know what they're missing.
Oh, we're up to 100.
Yeah, so we should be loading here any second. Every second that goes by that we're not in the game is obviously Obama's fault.
Here we get some. Are you pumped, ColdBlood?
I am. This is going to decide who goes against the reigning champions of the Respawn LAN. So there's a lot on the line here as both teams are heading out for representing the blue team, which is OutKast. They're currently 0-1 down. They've got a lot of steep climbing to do. We have a Dominator on the Gangster Twitch. His partner in crime will be Nanu, who is a very talented support. Hopefully she can have the impact she wants in this game. It wasn't quite enough in the previous one. OutKast on the slow loading Boring Kingdoms J4. We have floating toxins on the Oriana, already using that ball to scout out potential invades, and rounding them out will be Holy Grail on the Renekton.
As you get the 4 mid, ColdBlood. Is that very standard? Actually, it's the whole team, all going as one.
Yeah, they're just
on the Genesis,
sticking together early on just in case a fight were to happen. They're trying to find an opening to mess with the enemy early on. We can see the blue team has spread right out. They want to cover every entrance that they can. There is no way to get into the blue side's jungle without the blue team knowing about it currently. Red team adopting a similar approach with there's actually a ward down for the blue team which will allow the red team to be seen. Do you want to run through the players for us, Roachy, on Royal Genesis?
Yeah, definitely. So we've got Stealthy Assassin, aka Corky.
Stealthy
there.
Asian, I think it is.
Corky, yeah. I like it. We've got Leona, aka Eustraya.
UC Straya.
Yeah. Mr. Loves the Spooge is playing Jace, which is staying up the top left there. He's a bit of a stealthy kind of thing. We've also got V, aka Bubble Teasier next, and Uberleet playing Fizz.
Okay, so Uberleet once again not giving much help to his AD carry. And OutKast going to be starting with the red buff, so I wonder if he's going to go for a level 2 or just wants that for the clearing power. Both these junglers going to be taking the buffs away without the use of the smite. Vi getting hers in a little bit quicker. I think OutKast needed to wait for the deadly toxin stacks of Twitch to fall off, or else it may get stolen away by the dot. As everyone is now in their lanes, Roachy, we have the Helicopter Man and the Warrior Princess versus Arcade Sonna and the Tommy Gun Twitch.
Yes, indeed. I'm just looking here at Uberleet, aka just trying to... He's moving around too quick for me to get the player, but Fizz, they're just doing a bit of farming in the mid. They're just casually playing it along, but I think getting the last hits, Uberleet's getting a few more there. He's landing them on the characters, and it's keeping it fairly well.
You're making it very exciting.
For a farm, yeah.
Okay, so Orianna, once she gets some levels, she's going to be able to manipulate that ball to try and get Fizz away from the farm. OutKast and Bubble T are actually going to meet each other here. OutKast is, of course, OutKast, who are on the losing side. They're going for a 1v1 here. Vi does not get knocked up. Nice flash by OutKast to get out of there. He's actually going to turn around. The flag is affording them vision. Ward goes out by the Jace. And I wonder how many flashes were blown there. Actually,
he's so lucky then, ColdBlood.
Yeah, she actually stopped the knock-up of J4 going off by kind of punching him to the side first. And unfortunately for OutKast, it results in their jungler's flash being blown in exchange for not a heck of a lot.
No. I'm just looking here at Mr. Loves to Spooge. He's also playing safe. Bubble Teasy regenerating, getting the health back, because I think she was under 200 at one point. Very critical there. But most of the damage going on at the moment, ColdBlood, I think, is happening at the bottom right.
Holy Grail going to be ganked just as he slices and dices forward. He's going to have to try and blow the flash to get out. Mr. Loves to Spooge is actually going to miss the EQ combo. Mr. Loves to Spooge.
Oh, wow, what a reversal, ColdBlood.
Oh, my lordy. OutKast gonna walk away. Double kill on Holy Grail. That was fantastic play, Roachy.
That is some fantastic skill there. You could not have anticipated that to not happen once but twice, ColdBlood.
Yeah, the turnaround, the Lizard Wizard, he's going to come back with 2 long swords. His damage just got insane. This lane just got very difficult for Jace. Wasn't even able to pick up his tier. He's going to have to go with a Doran's Blade. Things looking very good for OutKast. 1.3k gold in the lead, despite being 0-1 down in the series.
Very good. That's because of the damage done at the top there, ColdBlood, the creeps on the left side there have been all the way to get near the tower for the against the Royal Genesis on purple, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Sorry? Yeah.
Oh, it's only red on my screen for colorblind people.
Ah.
It's red or purple. Doesn't really matter.
Yep. Cool. Oh, very good.
Okay.
So, what do you see there, ColdBlood? It's going quiet at the moment, except for the bottom right, is it?
No, bottom right is probably the quietest place of all on the map at the moment. It has the potential to be very explosive, though. Leona's able to jump forward and CC people down, and Corky's got a lot of follow-up damage. He's able to fly forward and bomb you in the face. So if Leona gets the engage on, things could look very bad for Blue Team very quickly. As we see the gank going on to Uberleet here, he's forced to blow the flash just to escape that knock-up. There was a lot of damage potential coming out there. Orianna did not have the ultimate, but blowing that flash going to be very critical as it really limits the mobility of a champion who relies on the mobility. As we see J4 coming down to the bottom lane here, Roachy, there is no wards available. They do not know. As you see Straya going to jump in at the least opportune time. Exhaust going to go down, knock-up going to go off. Straya can't get out of here at all. Stealthy Asian going to try and do what he can. He's not going to be able to do much. He should be... Oh, he's actually going to cleanse. I wonder if he'll fall to the toxins of Twitch. Twitch is too poisonous, and a double kill goes on to Dominator. Beautiful play.
Bad luck. That was very close, though, wasn't it, ColdBlood?
Yeah, that's actually the passive of Twitch. His Deadly Venom. It stacks up the longer he attacks, and the last tick of it got Stealthy Asian down. So OutKast, we counted him out too early, I think, here, Roachy. They're at least 2.4k gold in the lead early on. They've got a very strong team once they're ahead, particularly with the Orianna J4 combo. We may be going to a Game 3 here.
Just watching V switching lanes from top to looks like it's going to be mid now, ColdBlood. They might be doing a mid attack in the short term, but other than that, you've got OutKast is doing a bit of farming, and you've got Stealthy Asian is rejoining the fray after the damage just then. Okay. So it looks like the blue side have definitely fallen back a bit to get a bit of defense going on, and Meanwhile, the pink team are waiting for them pretty much at each tower.
Yeah, it's smart play by blue team to take their advantages and then back off, get some income going in. We'll have a look at the CS for all of the lanes. Renekton sitting very pretty with the first blood, another kill, and a CS lead over Jace. Jace has picked up his tier now. He's going to be able to charge that up. Poor Fizz, played by Uberlead. He had such a strong game in Game 1. Looks like Oriana may be his kryptonite. Floating Toxin's doing a fantastic job doubling his CS at the moment. Corki out-farming Twitch by a little bit, but Twitch picking up the double kill. Definitely going to be sitting pretty there. As OutKast going to take away the red buff, and it looks like Bubble Tea 10x. I wonder if he's donating this to Fizz. It looks like he will be. Fizz getting the blue buff.
Just watching the bottom right again, ColdBlood. It's always off-putting, seeing so many players being right close to each other, but they're farming. But having said that, I've got OutKast just standing there at the back on the blue side, just ready to pounce and attack if Stealthy Asian and UC Australia go in there. Yeah. And they're so close. I'm not sure if they've been able to scout if OutKast's there. It looks like he's stealth.
Yeah, this is very dangerous. OutKast has his ultimate ability available, the Cataclysm. He's able to jump on someone, do a lot of damage, and create impassable terrain. As we see, he is going to decide to back off and donate the blue to the Oriana. The red team, they are trying to bait forward with Vi ready. She does not have the Assault and Battery yet. She's not able to single someone out. Twitch and Sona do have their ultimates available, so they will have a massive advantage going into this fight. They need to be so careful, though. They're playing nice and back, which is definitely what they want to be doing. As it looks like up the top lane, we may have some action here. Rochi is Holy Grail, going to jump forward, get the Ignite off onto Mr. Loves the Spooge. Going to try and to the skies to the J4, but I don't think he's going to be getting out of here. He has a lot of movement speed, though. Cataclysm going to go off. That is the J4 ultimate, and kill secured by Renekton. Holy Grail now 3-0-0 and equal CS with the Jace.
There wasn't much he could have done there, ColdBlood, was it? It's sort of, as soon as the spell went there, the cooldown was going to be too long for him to run away.
The bottom lane, we see Dominator going to be jumped on by Zenith Blade. A nice crescendo comes out from Nanu, but it is too little too late. Nice flash to dodge the Solar Flare, just picked up by UC Australia. Good pickup by the Royal Genesis guys. They just need one more win to secure their grand final spot, and they definitely want it. They're now 5-1 at about a 2.8k gold disadvantage. Floating Toxins unfortunately wasn't there in time to help. He loses out on his blue because the scumbag jungler took it for himself. And we'll have to see if Vi picking up the Assault and Battery leads to another quick gank.
Indeed, ColdBlood. It's currently on the clock. We're only 10 minutes into the game here, but there's been a fair few kills already. But the point gold-wise, Blue are a decent amount in front, ColdBlood. Looking here again, there's no real meetups with any other people besides looking at OutKast, who's right next to Bubble Tree X, who is farming at the moment.
Oh, the flash goes forward by J4. He wants to get close to Fizz. Nice playful trickster out of there. Although the combo that's available here, Rochi, Oriana's ultimate pulls everyone in around the ball and does a lot of damage. And you've seen how mobile J4 is. He can jump on people so easily. That combo is so deadly if they manage to execute it well. We saw OutKast stealing away the red buff, which is very good for him. Engage going on at the top lane, not in Jace's favor. OutKast going to continue to come down here. There are red wards in both of the bushes, so that's not a viable gank path for him. He could...
Bubble Teasy running into Holy Grail there, ColdBlood. I don't think he anticipated running into that retreating from top to see Bubble Tree come from mid.
Oh, dear.
Oh, well, look at that.
Holy Grail going to get the ward into the bush. Very nice dodge on the shock blast from Jace. Going to mean he gets out of that free. The Assault and Battery still available by Vi. J4, he's going to... go to walk into the bush when the ward is down, and there's a pink ward down. They do not know J4 is here. Is there any cooldowns? Leona has flash. Corki has both of his summoners. We'll have to see whether this translates into anything, as Floating Toxin's going to be jumped on. Both ultimates used on him. Will he be able to get out? No. Uberlead picks up that kill. Very nicely done by Royal Genesis.
Indeed, ColdBlood. That makes him 5-2 now in favour of the blue team.
Oh, at the bottom lane, we saw UC Australia. He got a little too far ahead of himself, walking into a J4. Going to get out with about 40% of his health remaining. Leona having no inbuilt CC. He does have Rejuv Bead and a Philosopher's Stone, so his regen is looking all right. As OutKast going to... No, he's not going to check the dragon. He's setting up his tent down here in the bottom lane. He's going to... There's a red ping on him. They know that he is around. Uberleak going to get the recall off. He's sitting on 2,500 gold, which is a very large amount. It could come back with a lot. This is actually his first recall, the Fizz.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's been in lane this whole time. He's now going to be deciding what to buy. He gets a Sheen and a Blasting Wand, so he is rushing the Lich Bane once again. The bottom lane looking pretty passive again, Roachy, as both the AD carries just farming their hearts out. Corky just hitting the 100 mark now. Twitch not too far behind him. As the top lane is still sitting in Holy Grail's pocket at the moment, but Renekton definitely falls off later on, whereas Jace only gets stronger as his items start to accumulate.
No, the attack on the top, Mr. Loves the Spooge, was he left the tower open a little bit, and a decent amount of damage has been done to it. I mean, it's it's a tad under a quarter damage.
And we have to keep in mind, Floating Toxins has the teleport summoner spell. And Oriana's attack speed and AD are fairly decent for an AP mid. I don't believe his Clockwork Wind-Up works on the towers, but he is able to be up there pushing the lane and then be able to teleport into a fight. OutKast, man, he is all over Bubble T Zinix in this game. In the last game, his flash was blown very early on, wasn't able to use that cooldown, and he kind of got shut out of the game after that. He has had enough here, Roachy. He's doing very well.
Very well indeed. Again, seeing more farming at the top. You've got to see a counter in the middle, but it's going quiet at the moment. We're waiting to see. It's always off-putting for me, ColdBlood, seeing so many people at the bottom, and they're just casually going, "Oh, hey, what's up?"
Yeah, they're just kind of sitting there looking at each other.
yeah. But we're watching Uberleak is setting up some wards, if I'm correct, up in the water near the mid. I think he's anticipating some kind of sneak attack going on there, but he's retreating back, just making sure the tower has no damage. It looks like it's going very well for the blue team at the moment, ColdBlood.
Yeah, they're sitting at a... I have to do some quick math. I'll put myself on the spot. 2.3k gold lead for the blue team. They are, like I've said a few times now, 0-1 in this series. They need to pull a win out to be on equal grounds. OutKast and Holy Grail, they want to get on Mr. Loves the Spooge. He has every cooldown available and a full bar of mana, so it's going to take a lot of outplaying to get him down. He will decide to go down to the bottom lane. I want to point out the ward that... now it's been cleared, but the red team did a very good job of trying to get some vision down and stop this J4. OutKast, he's heading once again to the top lane. The warding for blue looking great as OutKast, Vi and J4 have seen each other, and I wonder if this means there'll be action in the mid or they'll both back off. Looks like they're both taking the safe route here.
Yeah, I was about to say, Floating Toxins looked like she was in a bit of trouble there, but they're about to run into OutKast and do a bit of attacks there.
Yeah, so the blue buff going to be donated over to Oriana, picking up her first of the game. That's definitely going to help out. Bubble T Zinix sitting on top of a ward. And Vine not really working out as well as we would have thought. Only 0-1-2. All day long, Vi has just been jumping on top of people and smacking them in the face. But the ward coverage from OutKast is just fantastic at the moment. They're able to completely get away. OutKast looks like he won't be able to steal this red buff from Vi, but Vi is not going for it just yet. J4 heading down to the bottom lane. There is no wards available as the engage going to go onto Dominator as Nanu going to be falling very low. Can he keep himself up with the Aria? Perseverance, no. The Missile Barrage going to come in. Nice flash, but the damage still goes down from Cataclysm as Corky falls. You see Straya, he's going to get the momentary root onto OutKast as he falls as well. 106 OutKast on this J4. He's doing so well, and blue team are all over the place, SuperRoach.
Indeed they are there, but it was a good matchup to watch as well. It's pumped up to 7-3. Not much of kills in the last few minutes, but each kill has definitely counted. It's given them more of a lead. We're looking at more than 3k of an advantage now, up from 2 ColdBlood. So it's looking again at the attacks here. I'm seeing a lot of blue side being at the bottom, all running away. It looks like they might be switching lanes to mid ColdBlood.
Yeah, blue team going to continue their roam on. They've got the pink ward at the dragon. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen, I had the wrong overlay on, so we had the skin battle screen that entire time. We now have the right overlay with the team names up on this side. as we can see 0-1. And looks like red team going to initiate the dragon here. Will give them 950 gold spread across their team. OutKast, he's not having any of it though. There is a pink ward down. He could zip in here and get a massive combo off Roachy. If he goes in time, he is going to get it. Nice shockwave comes out. He steals the dragon, and Churn the Water's going to go off. OutKast going to go. It is a 1 for dragon at the moment. That shockwave was magnificent. Holy Grail is here. He gets the flash W off. Rampage by Holy Grail. He picks up a double. This Renekton 5-0-0. He has the Black Cleaver. I wonder if the top lane is going to fall in consequence to this, Roachy.
I was just impressed how Stealthy Assassin ran away going, nope.
I'm not being involved in this.
Not a part of it. Arcade Sona is coming up against it though, and Stealthy Assassin's got a bit coming back to him. You know, you dog on your teammates, ColdBlood, and it's going to come back to you. Oh. He's got a bit of a poison. I don't think it's going to kill him though.
Oh, he survives this time, barely getting out of there. Floating Toxins finally learning to use the teleport correctly, stopping the push at the top lane. Mr. Loves to Spooge going to be going down with back to base with 1,600 gold in his pocket. No, he is going to remain. He doesn't want the tower to be pushed. Teleport going to be on cooldown another 270 seconds. As the mid lane Vi going to be clearing the minions out. Holy Grail, he is coming up. They want Mr. Loves to Spooge. Is Floating Toxins going to interrupt the recall? He is indeed. Renekton is here in the bush. I don't know if they're going to make anything of this, Roachy.
Indeed. I'm just watching again. We've got a bit of a meet-up coming up in the middle there. Holy Grail's a bit still upset about the other guys killing them. And so Stealthy Assassin coming back fully healed, ColdBlood, able to get the attacks going on. I think OutKast is taken down. That's a very impressive gank on him there.
Yeah, that was very bad positioning by OutKast and Holy Grail. They were kind of 2v4ing, even 2v5ing there. Really caught out of position. Poor OutKast, he couldn't get the Demacian standard into Dragonlance combo over the Baron Wall. So that will mean that the red team has a pick-me-up. There's still 5,000 gold behind, but that's one small step on the road to recovery. As the mid lane going to be focused here, it has taken not a single hit yet, apart from a couple of minion attacks. Uberleet going to be picking up the blue buff. Red team going to go back on the defensive after picking up the top tower. So it's now 1 tower to 1 tower has been answered. And we'll have to see if any more explosive fights here going on Holy SuperRoach. It looks like Holy Grail is not done yet. He's going to get the W off. Nice knockback by Jace to get himself out of there.
Indeed. Not much tower damage happening lately, ColdBlood either. It's almost purely hero kills. And it's still only 9 to 5, 20 minutes into the game almost.
Yeah, the blue team are doing a good job of keeping the laning phase going and getting those advantages that they're looking for. Bubble T Zinix again clearing the top lane. He has his Spirit of the Ancient Golem. It looks like OutKast on J4. He'll be going for the Randuins, which will be very good against Vi, even Jace, and especially Corki slowing down the attack speed there.
Do you feel, ColdBlood, like watching this versus a pub game? You could see, like, in a pub game, it would be very common to watch them, you know, they might get hot-headed and, you know, lose their cool kind of thing. Do you feel like, you know, getting in the heads of both the teams are, both of them fairly calm and collected at this point?
I think they may be starting to buckle a little bit just because there's a bit of pressure on you when you're in a series at a LAN like this. There's the psychological factor of the blue team are doing such a good job of hanging on onto this series. Despite being 0-1 down, they're probably feeling quite crappy. They have almost 5,000 gold in the lead in this game too. They've got the means to close it out. They just need to get the engage that they want. So I feel like compared to pub games, they're able to stay calm and collected as a team because they know who they're playing with rather than just being matched up.
Yeah, and also no risks as well. Like, you know, like you said, they could take the push, but it's a very risky push if they lost it.
Yeah, OutKast has already been caught out of position one time too many. Needs to try and avoid that. Nice Shock Blast acceleration gate combo coming out from Jace, getting some poke down. Both of the teams sitting in mid here. I don't think this is a good idea for red team. They've got a decent engage, but against the J4 Orianna combo, you can see the ball just sitting on Jav in the fourth's head. As soon as he jumps on someone, they're going to get shockwave and killed very quickly. As the pushing is continuing by blue team, red is doing a very good job of holding it back though.
Pink are very safe hanging back at that turret. It's a tower, sorry. It's doing a good job for them.
Yeah, they're trying to protect it as the mid tower gives you so much presence. Once it's gone, the enemy team can move around so much better. And of course, you lose the vision that it provides. The Jace has left. Looks like blue team, they're definitely playing it safe, like we said, Rochi. The top lane is pushing in favor of Royal Genesis. The bottom lane pushing in favor of OutKast. And the mid is locked in a stalemate at the moment. Mr. Loves the Spooge going to clear the bottom lane out. And I wonder if that'll signal the blue team to go ahead and attack, or wait 50 seconds for the dragon to respawn.
It's a bit of a time to wait, though. That's a lot of time for a recharge there. What's the flag, by the way, in the mid being?
Oh, that's one of J4's abilities. So he chucks it down and he gets vision.
Yeah.
It gives armor and attack speed and an aura. Not armor anymore, but it basically inspires his allies. And then if he uses his Q, where he sticks out the lance, he pulls himself to it, knocking up everyone. So it's a very versatile ability. He's just chucking it down to get the vision and get a little bit of damage down on the enemy. It does very negligible damage though.
Oh, okay.
So basically what blue team want to do is they want J4 to jump onto the enemy. They want to all be pulled in by Shockwave. Then they want Sona to make everyone dance. And Twitch is just going to be spraying everyone that whole time with Renekton, doing his formidable AoE between the Sunfire, the Cold, the Meek, and the Dominus. The red team, they need to take Twitch out, or they need to disengage very well. They've got a good team for assassination between Leona, Fizz, Vi. So poor Dominator is going to be under the pressure in these fights. Again, the dancing back and forth here, I feel like both teams are getting antsy here.
It's such a tease, the blue guys, they're just like, you want this? You want this? No. Sorry, we're going to fall back to our bottom now.
Yeah, they're going to go.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Dragon has just respawned. They want 190 gold each. They're going to be zoning the enemy away from it. Looks like this may be where the engage happens. Blue team trying for the bait. I wonder if the red team are going to fall for it. OutKast, they're waiting for the engage. J4 looks like he wants to go in. And nice flash by Holy Grail to get the W onto Mr. Loves the Spooge. He takes the shockwave to the face. OutKast forced to flash out of there. Nanu picks up the kill on Mr. Loves the Spooge. Beautiful solar flare comes out from Leona, stunning everyone up, but it is too little too late. Twitch is just annihilating everything he looks at. Both Fizz and Leona forced back there. A 1 for 2 in the favor of blue team, and they will definitely pick up the mid tower. They could fall back to the dragon, which is precisely what half of them are doing. With Dominator, he wants to keep the push going against Corki. Corki having a lot of AoE clear, but they will decide to go for dragon in the end. Nice advantage picked up there by the OutKast guys. Rochi going to be sitting at a 7,000 gold lead.
I don't know about you, ColdBlood, but I was a bit worried for Holy Grail there. He sort of, got under half health, and then he ran back in to attack the tower a bit. And, they knew he was going there and started attacking him. Do you think he was fairly confident at that point that he wasn't going to die?
Yeah, Renekton is an interesting case. When his cooldowns are all up, he's actually incredibly formidable. But when his cooldown's down, he just kind of sits there, either blowing sand everywhere or just kind of whacking away at you, not doing much. So I think he waited for his cooldowns and then re-engaged, so I think that's very smart.
Yep.
If he'd stuck around, he would have been in some trouble, but he was fine as soon as that happened. So Mr. Spooge up at the top lane. He's gone with the CDR boots. He's got the last whisper. He's going to be looking to transform into the Mana Moon soon. He's at about half of the stacks on his tier. Arcut in the mid lane. He is working towards his Randuin's Vi, also doing the same. There's no Aegis picked up by either team here, with Nanu rocking the no boots. He's being left behind by his team a little bit. We'll have to see if the engage can be a little bit better from the OutKast guys here, Rochi. That fight was a little bit sloppy for them.
I think Arcut just got spotted by the top team there with Mr. Loves the Spooge.
Stealthy Asian going to be jumped on. He's going to blow the cleanse just to try and get out. Cataclysm is going to dunk him down. Shockwave going to do so much damage to Vi. Killing spree by the Twitch, with Arcut picking up one of those. And it's definitely looking like we're getting to a third game here, Rochi. 2 for 0. And they spy the Baz Kebab, the Baron Nashor, with its 300 gold apiece and the buff that it provides. This is definitely going to be a good pickup for them. It's going to come down to the red team to try and ward this off. The solar flare is down. Jace able to do some poke. Churn the waters is available. Oh, that was a close bite. The blue team managed to secure it. OutKast picking up the Baron, and that gives them a lot of damage and regen.
Indeed, and ColdBlood, with this status, it's 13-6 advantage of the blue team. That's given them a lot of gold. We're talking almost 10k difference.
Yeah, which is a significant difference. Very hard to come back from that, particularly since the late game of Royal Genesis never was that good to begin with. Twitch, one of the strongest AD carries in the game later on, just because his spray and pray allows him to hit potentially the entire enemy team. It turns his auto attacks into skill shots that pierce through everything they hit. And when everyone's kind of being dunked, being pulled in, and dancing, there's not a lot you can do against a Plague Rat spraying and praying at you.
It's almost like Death by Snoo, but dancing, right?
Yeah.
Is that how it works?
I think a synonym for snoo is what's happening right here.
Well said.
I've learnt my lesson. So
the pink guys are just running right back there to the tower. They've got the tail between their legs, ColdBlood.
Yeah, they need the protection of a tower at this point, although it's getting to the point where towers aren't going to be doing much. Blue team going to run straight for the mid tower here, which is currently at full health. I'm not sure what OutKast are trying to do here. The Royal Genesis guys, they've rotated to the mid to try and defend it. There is a cannon minion instantly going to fall to the hands of Jace there. Jace's mana not looking the healthiest at the moment. The blue buff is available for the OutKast guys. They're going to decide to continue the siege, and the tower remains almost untouched.
Do you think there's any abilities, ColdBlood, that the pink guys could be banking on here to get them a few kills? And like, what kind of tactics do you think they could be employing right now to help them?
I think what they're doing right now is smart. Just try and defend the tower as long as possible. The longer the game goes on, the more they start to catch up. Red buff going to be taken away by Twitch there. And the abilities that they're banking on is definitely the Solar Flare of Leona. Looks like blue team trying to be a little bit tricky here and switch their focus to the top lane. It will be taking a lot of damage and ends up falling. So the only hope for the red team is that a nice Solar Flare lands by Leona, stunning or severely slowing a lot of the enemy, and then they'll have Vi jump straight on top of Twitch, knock him up in the air, and if they can get a Churn to Waters on him, that's Twitch gone out of the fight, and that's a lot of damage gone down. Despite how far ahead the blue team are, a lot of their damage is in the Twitch Orianna. If they can take out one of those, they lose a significant portion of their cleanup. Whereas Jace, Fizz, Corki, all capable of a lot of damage. Even Vi, pretty decent at cleaning up. Not really with the build that she's running, but yeah, it's going to come down to whether Royal Genesis can focus the right target on blue. As talking about the right target, Dominator going to try and split the attention of the enemy by clearing the bottom lane, and red team, they need to stop the same tactics that happening again, Rochi. The blue team, they've shown that they like switching between two towers. They need to be in the right place at the right time.
It's all about placement, and that's how we're going here on the GameStar match. And this is, which one is it? The fourth match, if I'm correct, ColdBlood, or the third?
This is the second.
Second, sorry?
Second game of the best
I'm reading
of
the counts wrong as the towers as the actual matches played.
Oh, right. No, that's okay.
OutKast's getting a few hits there on the mid tower there. It's a bit of damage. Do you think they'll be able to kill that here?
Yeah, they're going to...
Wow.
J4 is so tanky at the moment. There's not a lot that the red team can do. Their last piece of infrastructure outside their base probably going to be focused by blue team here. They're going to go for the blue buff, and I definitely feel like this is an OutKast game to lose at this point. Royal Genesis trying to make the right choice in their defense. Nanu going to head back. No, he has decided to switch around. What is the gold like for these guys? There is a fair few thousand on multiple members of the blue team, so they could potentially now recall, which is what some of them are going to do, spend that gold. Twitch rocking 3k at the moment, going to probably pick up either a Last Whisper or an Infinity Edge. Does get the Infinity Edge. This Plague Rat just got scary as heck.
I'm watching here, there's a lot of falling back here by the blue guys as they ran back to the middle to regroup, and looks like they're going to be doing an offense there eventually, ColdBlood. Meanwhile, Royal Genesis are going, okay, well, we really need to worry a bit and build up their levels a bit.
They're doing a really smart thing by getting some border security up. They've got a lot of the entrances to their base warded up, every single entrance actually. The blue team is not going to be able to get in without them being spotted, as the aforementioned blue team are going to be taking down the dragon, furthering their gold lead to about 11,000 as soon as it falls. And at this point, Rochi, I think the longer they take, the worse off they are. They're so far ahead And the enemy team, they can farm safely with the minions streaming close to their base. Baron up in a minute 30. The blue team surely aren't going to wait out for that. They need to go for the jugular, I feel, here.
It's a very four-star position for Royal Genesis to be in ColdBlood, and the advantage, like you said, if the blue team are getting kills in there, their ability to kill creeps is just so much easier. The gap just gets larger and larger at the moment. So we're watching here, Stealthy Asian is trying to do a rush in there into the creeps, and the blue guys are all aware of that now. And they're, are they going to attack ColdBlood?
Looks like they're going to try and get the lanes pushing in their favor so they can pressure Baron. The danger for the red team is they can't try and contest the Baron respawning in 50 seconds because it leaves their base wide open. We've seen that both Renekton and J4 capable of tanking that for days, so it'll fall very quickly if left unattended. Blue team going to be pushing forward here. The J4 with an Orianna ball looking so scary. Nice shock blast on to the OutKast guys, going to be taking a lot of their health down. But the siege on the tower going to be beginning here. Quite a few blue minions. The bottom also pushing in favor of blue. Mid is at a little bit of a stalemate at the moment, but it looks like Baron is being set up for Hirochi. It respawns in 20 seconds.
It's not a long time indeed, and you've got you see Straya is running in there going, oh, what am I going to do now? Arcut is not having any of it. Wards are down.
Yeah, it does get cleared out. So Baron respawning in a matter of seconds here. I think the red team want to try and contest this. Solar Flare so strong in the Baron pit. Looks like they are backed out for now. They're going to be coming back. This is the vision for red team. They have no idea if it's actually happening or not. Once they get vision, they'll be able to see Baron going to be cleared before they can do anything at all about it. And the blue team needs to take this. OutKast need to go right for the throat. They're so far ahead, they need to take action, or they're just throwing the game away.
33 minutes into ColdBlood.
Yeah, 33 and a half minutes have elapsed. 14,000 gold and blue team. They need to finish the game, as looks like they're going to go back to their methodical routes straight for the bottom lane. The minions are right there waiting to tank the tower for them. Toxin's using the ball to just zone out there. You normally see CDR on Orianna. She's gone straight for the damage. When she picks up the death cap, she's going to be looking at quite a lot of damage. Every single outer tower is now down for the red team here. The siege going to go in onto the bottom lane inner tower. The Baron buff providing a lot of regen for the OutKast guys. They're going to get some damage down. Oh, beautiful Cataclysm onto the red team. Their health just get melted. Assault and Battery goes onto Dominator, but double kill is picked up by him. Randuin's goes forward onto Stealthy Asian. Triple kill by the Twitch. And this is, Orianna actually does go down in the end, so it is a 3-for-1. Uberleaf going to jump his way out of there. And the bottom tower will be falling for sure. I think this may be the beginning of the end here. Surrender goes out, Rochi. And we are going to a third game.
There's not much you could have expected there, ColdBlood, really. I mean, you had the players out for 20, 30 seconds. They had a decent enough health to keep, smashing that tower. It was GG for all there. Thoughts about the game, ColdBlood? Yeah. Could you see that from the start?
No, I didn't. I'll be very honest with you. I thought it was going to be another stomp in the favor of Royal Genesis. I was pleasantly surprised. The OutKast guys definitely showing why they're in the semi-finals in that game, and it'll come down to a tie-breaking third game to see who moves into the grand finals. Who are you thinking the most valuable player?
Most valuable player? I was sort of loving the Arcade Sona there, but having said that, the well done there, which one was the flying one?
He was on the losing team. He was Stealthy Asian.
Oh, I sort of want to give him a shout out because he done really well against the Toxins against him. Sort of learned a lot there.
Yeah, he learned that he's not safe even after he jumps away from the Twitch. I think I might go and hand MVP to Arcut on the Jarvan, the fourth. He did such a good job of counter-jungling the enemy, pressuring the lanes, engaging perfectly multiple times. I think we'll have to hand it to OutKast on the job in the fourth.
Well said, ColdBlood. I think
drops the flag down and then dunks people.
It's definitely like if I was in a swearing contest, you'd say, you know, OutKast would make me blush.
I can see the innuendo in there. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be bringing you the tie-breaking third game as quickly as we can. Yes, this is ColdBlood and SuperRoach signing out.